Hi, today I want to share with you a story which helped me learn a lot in my journey in life working with animals, and I'm sure it's going to help you a lot. Today I want to talk about a dog who was abandoned by their pet parents on a very busy road, and they just left the dog there because they didn't need the animal anymore. He was way too big than they had decided. They thought he's always going to remain a puppy. Yeah, I know how that feels. Abandonment brings up this huge emotion of anger, hating the people who've done such a bad thing to the animal, and so many strong emotions. I just want to tell you what the animal told me. So these lovely, nice and kind people who were passing by saw the dog looking very flustered, looking very lost, standing in the middle of the road, and they decided to bring their animal home. God bless this lovely soul. So they brought that animal home, and this animal started living. This dog started living with them. Was very happy, and one day they came across my page and booked an animal communication reading and came for the reading. And they were very, very curious to know what is going to happen in the reading, because they wanted to understand that why this dog was abandoned, what did he go through, was his journey painful or not, what happened with him. That's a very normal thing. We are human beings, we want to know. And they had so much of anger and so much of hatred for that person who had abandoned them, which is also very natural. So the most interesting part is what the dog had to say. Before I tell you that, I want to tell you something which he made me understand. The dog. Most of the times we are feeding a lot of stories. We have a lot of stories in our life, in our head, in our mind. So every time these people would think about him or look at the dog, they would be very worried, they would be very anxious, they would feel a lot of pain looking at him. Oh my God, he must have gone through such a bad phase in life, and he must have had so many issues, how sad he must be, or how bad he must have felt. That was the constant story that they had in their head. And this dog told me it's not only them. We also make certain stories about situations and things which happen in our life. Like we are constantly fearful about our health, and oh my God, I hope I do not have this disease. Or we worry about our financial situation. Oh my God, my finances may not look so good. How are my finances going to improve? If this does not happen, that does not happen. So we constantly keep feeding and talking to ourselves about our worries, about our concerns. And this animal said, which is a very universal known fact, that whatever you feed, whatever you put your focus on, that area expands. And he was very excited to come into this animal communication reading, because he said, I wanted my pet parents to understand my story and let go. And what he said was wonderful. He said that he was abandoned because he was a very boisterous, high energy dog, and they had old parents at home who could not manage and handle the amount of excitement that he would bring into the space. And I know as human beings we would say, no, that's not the right thing to do. That's a very bad thing to do, because you're abandoning and you're throwing your dog out. It's your responsibility. Totally agree. But what the dog said was that whatever their reason was to leave me on the road, I am not living with that energy. I am not feeding that story. I am not revisiting that thought and space again and again, because I have let go of that energy. I'm in love and gratitude for the family that I have with me right now, who's absolutely loving and doting and is always around me. And my only request to them is let go of that worry and anxiety, because every time they bring in that worry, they bring in that anxiety, I'll end up absorbing that worry and anxiety, and it is not helping me in any way. I love to live in the moment where I am. I'm very happy, I'm excited, and I absolutely love being with them. This was an excellent advice given by a pet to their parent, and I learned so much through this reading. I'm sure this story and insight will help you also. This was such an insightful story by a pet to their pet parents. It made their pet parents find ease and peace, and it brought in so much of clarity and understanding to me. And I hope I'm able to share this with you, because a lot of us are either working in shelters or looking after dogs, feeding dogs, taking care of a lot of animals in and around our space, and sometimes we tend to get attached to their stories, and we start feeding those stories again and again, and we feed that energy, which is neither helping them nor helping us. So let's learn from our animals to be in the present moment, to love them the way they are, and rejoice with them in the very moment that they are with us, here and now.